Hey, chosen family, how many of you out there have had bouts of homelessness? Targeted individuals, how many of you have had to sleep in your car at least for one night or more on more than one occasion? How many of you have been diagnosed with schizophrenia or psychosis or have been checked into a mental hospital, either voluntarily or involuntary? You're going to want to know about this new executive order that the Trump administration passed. I recently posted a video trying to bring awareness to this because I'm not hearing anybody in the targeted individual community talking about this, and we should be, because it's going to have a huge impact on us, and very few people are in our lives because of the whatever it is that we're involved in, whether you think it's spiritual warfare or program or whatever. It leaves us pretty isolated. And this is going to be a huge deal, and we all need to be worried about it, or at least concerned and knowledgeable and educated. And if it's getting taken down, if my video got taken down because it was apparently misleading, or did not have authentic information when I was stating facts, that's also concerning. So today, I am just going to read to you from the White House website. So there is no question as to the authenticity and legitimacy of this new law that is passing, or executive order that is going to be enacted on, that is going to have an effect on us. So, purpose and policy. So ending crime and disorder on America's streets. Section 1, purpose and policy. Endemic vagrancy, disorderly behavior, sudden confrontations, and violent attacks have made our cities unsafe. The number of individuals living on the street in the United States on a single night during the last year of the previous administration, 274,224, was the highest ever recorded. The overwhelming majority of these individuals are addicted to drugs, have a mental health condition, or both. Nearly 2/3 of homeless individuals report having regularly used hard drugs like methamphetamines, cocaine, or opioids in their lifetimes. An equally large share of homeless individuals reported suffering from mental health conditions. The federal government and the states have spent tens of billions of dollars on failed programs that address homelessness, but not its root causes, leaving other citizens vulnerable to public safety threats. This is where it gets interesting, and you're going to want to be listening. Shifting homeless individuals into long-term institutional settings for humane treatment through the appropriate use of civil commitment will restore public order. Surrendering our cities and citizens to disorder and fear is neither compassionate to the homeless nor other citizens. My administration will take a new approach focused on protecting public safety. Section 2, restoring civil commitment. The Attorney General, in consultation with the Secretary of Health and Human Services, shall take appropriate actions to: 1. Seek, in appropriate cases, the reversal of federal or state judicial precedents and the termination of consent decrees that impede the United States policy of encouraging civil commitment of individuals with mental illnesses who pose risks to themselves or the public, or are living on the streets and cannot care for themselves in appropriate facilities for appropriate periods of time. And 2, provide assistance to state and local governments through technical guidance, grants, or other legally available means for the identification, adoption, and implementation of maximally flexible civil commitment, institutional treatment, and step-down treatment standards that allow for the appropriate commitment and treatment of individuals with mental illness who pose a danger to others or are living on the streets and cannot care for themselves. So, in a nutshell, and there is a lot more to this executive order that I'll probably post in other videos, but in a nutshell, in layman's terms, just to explain that to you, the Trump administration aims to basically take away the legal guidelines that are currently in place that that keep people safe from being involuntarily committed with such ease. This will allow the government to commit you involuntarily into one of their new facilities that will be a permanent facility for you going forward if you are homeless or if you have a mental health disorder or and cannot care for yourself. So I mean, there's a lot of reading in between the lines here. There's a lot of or, which means either any one of these circumstances could be cause or reason for you to be committed into a permanent long-term new facility, which will fix your homelessness problem by keeping you in a facility for the rest of your life that was decided for you by the government. So I am just sharing this factually, and I also just do want to give another piece of factual history information, and this is not opinion. This can be fact-checked. This is taught in history books. This is also what they did in the very beginnings of World War II, with the first to be put into concentration camps in Nazi Germany were people who had mental and physical disabilities, people who were deemed not people who wouldn't give back to the community. They were considered leeches. They were, they were a thorn in the side of those in power, and they wanted to get rid of any weaknesses in their society, which included anybody who was lowly, or who was weak, or who depended on other people for help because of their disabilities. So look up the word eugenics. That will give you a little bit of an understanding of history and how that may possibly apply to what we are seeing here, and possibly give reason for concern. I'll leave it up to you to see the parallels. I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to be flagged again for giving misleading information. I am just giving you facts. But yeah, nobody's talking about this, and my videos and posts have been getting taken down about it. So that, as a TI, should be concerning as it is. Please spread the word. We don't have people in our lives often. We're pretty isolated. So nobody's going to come looking for us when if we start getting scooped up by, agencies. Yeah, we should be concerned. We need to be aware. Spread the word. God bless you all.